Welcome to another fun episode of Dude, I Love or Hate My New Ride at Home Edition. And today, this video comes from Simon, who is in Malaysia, and he is showing us his brand new Toyota Hilux. And we have received this question so many times at TFL Truck. What is the difference between a Toyota Tacoma we get in the US versus Toyota Hilux pickup truck everybody gets in the rest of the world? Well, Simon right here made a video which is actually very detailed and very knowledgeable to show us some of the differences, or actually all the differences between a Hilux and a Tacoma. And this is a diesel-powered truck that's hiding a few surprises on the inside. And here's Simon to actually show us his truck.
Hey Tommy and the TFL Truck Gang, this is Simon. What I have here is a Toyota pickup truck, obviously, but it's not a Tacoma. I have a 2019 Toyota Hilux with a 2.8 liter four-cylinder diesel. It's fantastic. I love this truck. It's actually my second one. I bought my first one, which was a 2017 with the same 2.8 liter four-cylinder diesel, but it was the pre-facelift version. This is the latest facelifted version. The pre-facelift version was just slightly different, obviously at the front with the fascia, but also in terms of features. So this one has the LED fog lights. The old one only had halogen bulbs for the fog lights. This one has 360-degree cameras. You can see at the front and the logo, as well as under the mirrors. And then this one has automatic climate control. My old one only had the manual dials, which was fine. But one of the main features that this one has that the old one didn't have is cruise control. And that's really important for me because I do a lot of highway driving, and so cruise control is very important to me. This one has it. I paid for this truck here about $35,000 equivalent. This is the top spec, the highest version. So there's no TRD version or anything like that. Hilux is very common out here. But we just don't get all the features, bells and whistles that you guys get on the Tacoma in the US. So let me just show you some of the features here. So it's got a 2.8 liter four-cylinder diesel, putting out about 177 horsepower, 450 Newton meters of torque at I think 15 or 1600 RPM, something like that. So it drives really good, and it's really good on fuel too. I get about 23 mpgs combined, mixed driving around town, in the city, just running errands. And then on the highway, I can get 30 mpgs. So this thing is phenomenal. Right there, that's the main headlight right there, the projector LED. The turn signals are regular incandescent bulbs, and the high beam is a halogen. And then up here, this is the DRL, which is LED. So it looks really nice at night. It's just got this mean looking eyebrow. And that's the LED fog light right there. And here's the camera under the mirror. So no rock rails or anything like that. This is just out of the box from the dealership. It's the L edition. Comes with 18-inch rims. 265/60 18s on these highway tires, Bridgestone Dueler HTs. Very quiet, very smooth. So the one mod that I've done so far is to put in spacers, wheel spacers. So I've got a 25mm spacer in there. You can see that, which just gives it enough of a stance to push the wheels out a little bit, give it a better stance compared to stock. You can see, just very subtle. I didn't want to do anything too crazy. And then here you can see I've got keyless entry. That's really nice. That's the kind that you got to push the button. So it's not the sensor type, where if you put your hand, it just automatically locks or unlocks. So you actually have to push the button here, which is fine. Put that up. You can see here's the interior. So there's no such thing as TRD spec or anything out here. Hilux is Hilux. You got the L edition, which is what this is. It's got a few more bells and whistles, such as the leather seats, the 360-degree camera, etc., etc. So, but we don't get the TRD out here. But comes with a lot of features actually. So, got push button start, which is really good. This is the steering wheel with the steering wheel controls. This thing has 7 airbags, which is really good. We've got power seats, WeatherTech floor mats here. Here's the little button for the PVM, 360-degree camera system, panorama view mirror monitoring, something like that. I can't remember, something like that. But anyway, you push that button and it turns on the 360-degree cameras. The cup holder is tucked in right below the aircon vent. So if you put your Coke or something in here, it keeps it nice and cold. This thing slides back, so you actually have a nice cubby hole. So put that back in. So there you go, on both sides. So that's really nice. I like that. I use this cup holder a lot. Let me hop in here and see what else I can show you guys. So this is my head unit. I've actually swapped it out. The original Toyota head unit was much smaller than this. It was, I think, 6 3/4 inch in size. This one is 10 inches. So there's no brand to it. It's just an Android-based system, which means yeah, you can pretty much download any app you want from Play Store, or watch any type of videos or anything that you want. So yeah, this is one reason why I bought, look at that. This is one reason why I bought the Hilux and a pickup truck, is the sound of the diesel. I love that sound, that clattering sound. That's awesome. So I've got 19,000 kilometers on it. I bought it last August. So give it a bit of a rev. It's very burly. I really like that. Headlights, fog lights, the usual Toyota switchgear. Nothing extraordinary, but that's what I like about it. It's simple. It's intuitive. I mean, we've used these Toyotas for so many years, and nothing has really changed since the 80s or the 90s. And some people may say that's kind of boring, and where's the innovation? They're so far behind, but I actually like this. I think it's very refreshing to have these very simple, basic, intuitive features that are, you know, kind of ingrained in your brain, so that you know how everything works. You don't even need to think about it. They're just there, and your body has this automatic memory where you know what you need to do to turn on or off that feature. Same with the cruise control. I mean, look at that. That's like the same little stock that they've used since, I don't know, the 1986 Camry or something. It's got pretty good plastics. I mean, you can't compare it to, you know, a Lexus or a BMW. It's a pickup truck, so it's a little bit hard, but come on, how often are you really doing this on your dashboard, right? I mean, as long as it looks fine and it holds up over years and years of use, then it's fine for me. These are the automatic climate controls. It's not dual zone, just ordinary automatic climate control. No heated seats or anything. They're not needed out here in Southeast Asia. And let's see, this is the 12 volt. I've got a adapter in there for a couple of iPhone cables. This is the one that came with the car. 2 USB ports down here. This was installed as part of the head unit. These are USBs too. Disable your traction control, downhill assist control, and the locking rear diff. So that's very important for TFL. We've got a locking rear diff, and then another 12 volt. And there's the 4-wheel drive switch right there. Old school shifter. So very simple, easy to use. I think you guys have this on the Tacoma as well in the US. Eco mode, power mode. provides different mapping of the engine and the software controlling the engine and the transmission. So I like this as well. Old school handbrake. This is the key. Simple to use, lock, unlock. None of the extra features that you guys get in the US with a lot of cars, the remote start and all that kind of stuff. Nope, just a simple key. Okay, that's a nice little touch. Center console under the armrest, and that's just the electronic toll reader. Okay, that's a dash cam, came with the car. Another good feature is here, got dual glove boxes, not a big deal, but this one here has an air conditioning vent which can keep your drinks cool. It's a nice little feature. It's got the piano black trim on the doors, 6-speaker stereo system. But this is really good here. Automatic up and down for all of the windows, not just the driver or the front two doors, but all doors get automatic windows. That's really good. And power folding mirrors. The back seat, I guess it's a bit tight for Americans. Look at the leg room, it's a bit tight. Seat back's a little bit upright. It's a much smaller vehicle than the Tacoma. I think this is perfectly fine. Got aircon vents back here. I don't know, do you guys get that in the Tacoma? Aircon vents? Not really sure. You got these little hooks here, so if you go shopping, you're buying something, I don't know, small little grocery bag, you can actually just hang it here, or drinks, or who knows what. So these little hooks come in handy. This thing doesn't have the rear window that opens, unfortunately. I really wish this had the sliding rear window. We don't get that here. Okay, and then you can lift up the seat bottom. Extra little cubby hole in there. It's a very small cubby hole where the jack and first aid kit and all these other little things fit in. Nothing fancy. It's very small. You can barely squeeze in the first aid kit and the jack and tools. There's a tool kit in there. So, oh yeah, another mod, tinting the windows, as well as back here on the canopy. Tinted that as well for some privacy so people can't see my stuff. Blacked out. So there's the view from the back. Reverse camera up there. Parking sensors down there. Let me open this. This is very disappointing. The bed is just a simple bed, so you don't get anything back here. There are no special features or anything like that. So LED lights, nope. All you get is a hook right there. I just put in my own bungee cord, and that's about it. There's no special compartment, rails, nope, nothing. So just two little hooks. And I had to put together my own little tray here to put the groceries in, go shopping. Just makes life a lot easier. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. These little windows here open. Oh, it's damped. So it's got the hydraulic strut there. So that's a good feature. That came standard. So let me close that. Close that. Let me show you the engine. I love the sound of this engine. Okay, oh, you see the LED lights? Okay, it's flickering. Camera, I guess, isn't picking it up. Open this. Sorry. 2.8 liter, 4-cylinder. Very torquey. Yeah. You can actually see stuff in the engine. So a lot of these new engines are all covered in plastic. So there's just one cover here, but you can still see a lot of wires and pipes and everything running around. So I like that. Old school. I also had a Ford Ranger, a 2013 Ford Ranger, which is essentially the Ranger that you guys are driving now in the US, but I was driving it back in 2013. It was the pre-facelifted version, and I had the 3.2 liter 5-cylinder diesel, which was pretty good. But I had the 6-speed manual with the 5-cylinder turbo diesel, and it felt like driving an 18-wheeler. The throws were long, and yeah, it just wasn't a very pleasant car to be sitting in every day. So I kept that for about a year or so and got rid of it. Fuel economy was really bad too. So this thing is fantastic. I'm getting 30 mpgs on the highway, 23 driving around town. So yeah, so that's it. That's my 2019 Toyota Hilux 2.8 diesel L edition, and I absolutely love my truck. But yeah, thanks a lot, Tommy. Thanks a lot, TFL Truck, and keep up the great work, guys, and take care of yourselves. Bye.
Wow, thank you, Simon, for telling us everything there is to know about your Toyota Hilux. And now what we usually do on this At Home Edition show is we rate the truck. First of all, I have to give the truck itself a 10 out of 10. When I had an opportunity last year to go to Australia, I saw these things everywhere, and I wasn't able to actually drive one and review it properly, so this is great. Plus, Simon did a great job showing his truck, so 10 out of 10 on all counts. So thank you very much. And we'll be doing a lot more of these because we have, like I told you, dozens and dozens of these submissions. And if you're wondering about how to send us your video, here is Tommy once again to actually show you exactly the instructions of how to do it.
Hey, thank you for sending us your video here to TFL Studios so we can make it famous on Dude I Love My Ride Home Edition. Well, we noticed that a lot of people had some issues sending us files because emails are just not suitable for video. However, we do have a much better solution. It's a file service called WeTransfer, and WeTransfer is a way you can securely and safely and freely, we should say, send us your video files. That way the quality is better and there's no issues going down the road. So here's how you do it. If you're planning on using your cell phone to upload the files, like I think many of you will be, all you have to do is open up your browser, and this works both on Apple and Android, and type in TFLstudios.wetransfer.com and then hit enter. Now it will take you to this page, and you'll see a big button that says send a file. Click that and then tap I agree, and it'll give you a plus arrow where you can actually add your files. Add up to 20 gigabytes. So click that. I'm going to say photo library, videos, and then I'm going to select my video and hit done. So there you can see your video is added. In the message section, please add your name and your truck. So in this case, it'll be Tommy Micah, and the truck or car or whatever lawnmower is 2020 Nissan Titan, just so we know what's coming our way. And then click next. And then you plug in your own personal email. And what it'll do is send you a verification just to make sure you're a real person and not a robot. And click transfer. So it says verify your email. Go ahead and check your email and you'll see a code. And then go ahead and plug in your verification code. Alright, and verify. So once you're verified, you'll see it will upload your file to the internet, and you can see it going there. And then it will send a verification that you have completed your transfer and that we have received it. Now you can actually do the same exact process on a computer. It's just as easy. Let me show you. Here on the computer, it's the same exact process. So simply type in tflstudios.wetransfer.com and hit enter. And then here you'll see a little bubble that says add your files. So click on the file you want to add. Then plug in your email address, your personal email address, and a message. Once again, your name and your vehicle. So it'll ask you to verify your email again, and then you'll be ready to go. And we'll get your files a little bit quicker. It'll be a little bit easier. Well, thank you so much for contributing. And if you have any questions, email me, ask@tfltruck.com, and we'll help you through them.
Log in to WeTransfer and send us your video clips. And it can be anything over 3 minutes long. And of course, go back to TFLtruck.com for more news, views, and real-world truck reviews and a lot more of these at-home editions.